Low-end tricks of the greats that you need to know. Next on Music Surgery with me, Dr. Bob. Hey you guys, quickly before we get started, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. And don't forget to check out the Doctor's Lounge, my store, and the links to some great samples below in the description of this video. Of course, low end needs to round out the bottom of your mix, but what do the greats like Jack Joseph Puig do to make this extra interesting and take the song to the next level? Watch this. All right, you guys, this week some really cool low end stuff. I'm a huge Queen fan, huge Jellyfish fan. Anything that's overly dramatic and wonderfully written and arranged and produced. I'm a big Jack Joseph Puig fan, and this track is really inspired by all that. Let me just play you. I've got the track by itself with no bass and then bass by itself. Now, sometimes this is just a me thing. What I like to do is I like to make a track mix without the bass, bounce the bass by itself, and just take some time to work on the bass because so many things can get distracting when I'm listening to a mix. Oh, the snare's too loud, or I need more of this, or reverb, or that vocal while I'm doing bass, a vocal will go by, and all of a sudden my attention will dart over there. So a lot of times I'll do this and just mix the bass against the track on its own, then bring it back into the full project and tweak from there. So that's what I've done here. Now, let me play you this from the top. I mean, this is really long, so I'm not going to play the whole thing. But let me play this for you and show you some of the things I'm talking about. So here's the track in orange, and here is the bass in yellow. And I'm not going to start right at the beginning because there's no bass at the beginning. Here we go. Okay, so you see right there we've gone through a lot of rock dramatic type things. When I have it's a great bass sound. But what I like to do is, guitar players always have a pedal board in front of them. They can step on a delay or a chorus or a distortion or whatever, and not so many times do you see that from a bass player, especially in a song this adventurous. So if a bass player doesn't do that in the session, I like to kind of do it for them and have it come back in a way that really changes up the low end and the angst in the low end. And a lot of times they're really happy with it, and it just shakes things up and really adds something to the low end that they don't think about. So in the beginning of this song, I kept just the regular bass sound. But when it goes into this driving thing, as opposed to And it's our old friend Saturn again, which is kind of a tape distortion type modeling. So a lot of this is coming from this bandwidth. That real honky kind of mid thing right in here that can really pop that out. I mean, the low end, there's also some drive, and up at top I have a little. Not much up there. Obviously, it's adding some gain, but it's really adding some angst to it. So as the song goes on, the song has lots of different sections and wonderful things to play with. I kept the angst on. There's no bass here. This section, to make it different, this section's a little more groovy, pop rock, 60s almost. I went with the CLA bass and added a little bit of a little growl, not much, but this chorus is really, I wanted it to be a little wider. I mean, I love the wide chorus stuff on some of the 90s rock stuff. They used the SPX 90 trick, but this is really... That's the old bass. So you can see how this really pops it out more. Here, I mean, it's not a bass solo, but it's kind of featured because it's just the piano and the bass. So I added even more of I turned this spread to wide. Why not let the bass player have a cool moment like that? Now, at the end, pretty much back to the regular bass from the top, because this kind of goes out in a sing-songy kind of way, and I wanted to separate this section from those. So I'll play the out for you. Again, I was turning up some bass. You have to be real careful when you're notching things up here because you're going to poke certain notes out. So I might end up putting some compression on this, or just to make sure that I'm not poking out notes that are louder than others, because these represent actual bass frequencies. But I think we're okay right now. So anyway, you get it. The point being is there was nothing wrong with the original bass. It sounded great, played well, fantastic, good tone. But in the low end, sometimes we forget to give that extra attention. We just want to make the low end full and round and carry the bottom of the track. But there's things that we can do in the low end to really differentiate sections. Now, oddly enough, this song, probably the most angst in the song is towards the top, which a lot of times that's not the case. The angst is later. But you can see, think about some ideas with distortion, with chorus. That the Saturn is great. The CLA Bass plugin is great. Think about ways to make the bass more interesting, more of a part than just holding down the bottom end of your song. Well, there you go. Even if you're not working on a song with as many sections and various mood changes as a Jellyfish song or the song in this video, look for openings as the song progresses to the bridge or the last chorus to really make your low end change the dynamic of the music. Thanks as always for watching. Give me some comment love and a thumbs up below, and hit me at drbobmusicsurgery@gmail.com if you want to say hello or you want me to work on your music. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you the next time the doctor's in.